I'm not ready for fly lady. I'm not ready for clean mama. I'm not ready for any of those other really great, but honestly just overwhelming cleaning programs right now. Hello, beautiful people. Today's video will be in 3 parts. In the first part, I will tell you my crazy life update, what's going on in life. The second part, I will begin to tell you the tips that I have for getting off the couch. And in the third part, I will be doing a very realistic clean with me of this room, which we call our study. So go grab a cup of coffee or a tea, sit down, get comfortable, and let's have a little chat first, and then let's tackle our tasks together. Welcome to a real life get your crap together video. I have been sitting on this very couch now for, which, this view right here looks pretty good, but if I just turn this laundry has been there for days. My daughter's got shorts over there or something. There's a sword. My house is in an utter state of chaos. Here, let me pan over here. That's the living room right now. And so I've been having a very hard time getting myself back together. I've experienced 3 deaths in about 3 weeks. It's been a month since I lost my father to pancreatic cancer, and I have had a really hard time with brain fog and just functioning in exhaustion. I know everybody deals with grief a little bit differently, and this is apparently how I'm dealing with this grief. I know I need to get myself together. I know I need to get my house together. Literally 3 days before my dad went on hospice. Correction, it was 3 days after. My house flooded a little bit. So the upstairs bathroom flooded into the main living areas. So I've been living in a state of physical and emotional chaos. And as housewives, especially, once we get kind of a routine going, it's sometimes easy to keep up with work. But when something really heavy hits you, like all of these things did, it just disrupts every single routine you have. So I literally just picked up the camera because I'm kind of getting sick with myself. All of the methods that I used to use to get myself up and going just are not working right now. Okay, so I've got 3 tips that will help you, hopefully, when you're feeling like I do, like total you fill in the blank. 3 tips to help you just get up and get moving, because if you're feeling like me, it's difficult. So tip number 1, have a get up song. Now it could literally be the get up song, but if you don't care for country, which it's not my favorite thing, but it's catchy, whatever. It might have been overplayed. Have one that's seasonal. Right now, my favorite song, which is probably going to sound pathetic, but my favorite song is the newest Grinch movie's theme song. It's the "You're a Mean One, You Really Are a Heel." That one. I think it is just so, it's awesome. But anyways, yes. Have a get up song, something that kind of just raises your blood pressure a little bit. Am I telling you how old I am? Something that excites you. So, and keep it clean, keep it encouraging. I would not recommend grunge music or anything that's rage oriented. I would recommend something that's more happy. Happy scale. We're going for happy. So we want positive vibes. We don't want to reinforce the negative feelings that we feel. So let it be an encouraging song if possible. Okay, tip number 2, distract yourself. We're not trying to be a hero here. We're not trying to be, the most self-motivated person in the world. Like all of that self-motivation and stuff, a lot of it's crock, okay? Just distract yourself. So what I normally do, especially with jobs like the dishes or something where I can't be actively looking at a screen while I'm not, this isn't good for every day maybe, but who knows? I don't know what your story is. Maybe you need this just to get through every day. Just do it. For me, I listen to Audible books. Right now I am listening to The Lord of the Rings. I've read it before, but I'm listening to it and it's fantastic. It's great to just kind of put my mind somewhere else. And especially since, they're dealing with running from ring wraiths and orcs and stuff like that, it feels a little easier to do the dishes. I don't think that's, nearly as deadly. So yeah, distract yourself. Finally, tip number 3, make a list. And when I say make a list, I don't mean make a list of 11,000 things, okay? Just make a list of no more than 3 things. And when I say 3 things, I don't mean like paint the garage, weed the yard, and big stuff. I mean little things. It might just be get through 1 pile of laundry, or maybe not even the whole pile of laundry. Maybe just fold laundry for 5 minutes. You'd be so surprised at how much you can get done in 5 minutes. And if you're already doing it, you'll tend to finish it, or at least get through half of it. You'll do a lot more than you thought you would. Here's a bonus: enlist help. If you have other people in your household, especially if you're a stay-at-home mom, more than likely that means you have little kids and you have a husband, or even big kids. Little kids can do a lot more than you think, okay? They can wipe off a countertop. They can help mommy carry the laundry from one room to another. There are so many ways to involve them and help them see that it's good to help people that are hurting. What better way to learn than in your own home? So those are my 3 tips, and well, I guess 4 now. Those are my 4 tips, or maybe we'll just call it 3 plus a bonus. All right, let's get to work. So for today's task, I have 2 things. I am planning to get through this stack of laundry, and I am planning to go through the stack of books on the floor. And that's it. I'm just going to find a place for them. Obviously, it's not going to be a permanent space because this isn't a permanent setup right now. Anyways, let me shut up and just set up this camera and cut on some YouTube videos. And actually, maybe I'll cut on Christmas videos. And let's just get at this mess. It is 10:48. Let's see how long this takes. And I'm going to start maybe throwing some stuff out, which always feels a little bit better. But yeah, I'm going to take you guys along with me as I slowly work my way back to a sense of normalcy. There's always a way to make things better. Always. We're going to be gentle with ourselves, but we're going to do something. Please subscribe. That would really help this process. So eventually, I plan on doing some decorating. That's another thing. It is November and my tree is not up. That is unheard of. But like I said, I lost 3 people in October, and that's normally when I do my decorating, and my house flooded in September. So that's just not the first priority. All of these yearbooks and some of my husband's, I guess, prized Jordan books were in the living room in what is now the game cabinet. So I decided to move all of them into the study because we don't really look at these books, but we still want to keep them. So these are just yearbooks from my husband and myself, and also some of his special books. The rest of these books that I'm going to place in front of the yearbooks right now are just there for temporary storage. Some of them are going to go upstairs in what is our bonus room, and some will actually go back into the living room. It's 11:30 and I can actually see this portion of floor that I have not seen in over 2 months. So as you can see, I got quite a few books taken care of there. There's still a lot more, but I am taking a break because all of a sudden I am just feeling overwhelmed. And that happens a lot when you're grieving, and that's okay. I do feel like with a little bit of coffee in me, I can move a little farther. So I'm gonna, because it just feels good to have done something. But I decided to take my coffee break on the floor because I don't want to get too comfortable there, because if I get there, there's like a magnet in my tush that goes to the couch and it'll stay there. I'm going to give myself about 5 more minutes maybe, and then I'm going to move these books finally. Since I was a little tired, I decided to go ahead and just fold the clothes while I was sitting there in front of the TV. Distracting myself from that task at hand is personally one of my most used tips. This desk right here, my daughter will take care of, which she's usually really good about it, but people just haven't been feeling well this week. So it's just been kind of an off month. This stack, I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to ask my daughter. I know that stuff, it went under my ottoman in the living room, so I'll just have to take care of that later. This is a drawing of my son's. He's gotten so good. And this is a sword, or a knife, I guess, that my daughter bought. And here is her jacket. I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up just because I don't want to step on it. And look, clear floor. My husband has ended up doing a lot of bills over here in this section, so he's got a lot of papers and stuff. So I need to find a solution for all of the papers and receipts. Now that I think about it, my daughter has stuff down here and all of these papers just shoved back here in the corner. But then look at this. This is all homeschool stuff. Definitely don't need this anymore because we're not homeschooling anymore. This is like kindergarten, K4, first grade stuff. And she's in 3rd grade now in public school, so we don't need any of this stuff for records. I might go through and get like a paper or two that was special, but I don't really think there's much just because it's a bunch of worksheets. We did a Becca book for several years and it's just a lot of paper. If you've worked with them before, you know what I mean. So I'm just going to empty this out and then maybe the stuff from the top can go down here. That would make plenty of sense. Oh my goodness, it's like Mary Poppins' purse. Stuff just keeps coming out. I should have brought a bag in here to just put the trash directly in the bag, but there's something so satisfying about having a pile on the floor that you can just pick up all at one time and throw in the trash, and it just looks like you did this amazing feat when really you just made more work for yourself. The other crappy thing about this is there's no back to these IKEA Mickey cabinets, so things just fall through. Check out that pile. It's going into trash. And like usual, this project has turned out to be much bigger and much more of a hassle than I thought it would be. So now I have to clean out this drawer so I can have some place to put all of the stuff that is on the desk. So you clean out the drawer and then you have all the stuff on top. And I'm also left with this stack of books here. This is the part of the process where I usually start to get a little overwhelmed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another break and I'm going to congratulate myself for clearing out all of this in the side. Oh my goodness, this is fitting. So on the computer screen, Google pulled up one of my first decluttering sessions ever because that was a lot to do. And I'll come back to it maybe in about 15 or 20 minutes. The good news is, or not the good news, but the good thing is my daughter will be coming home at about 3 o'clock. I've got to go pick her up. So that gives me kind of a deadline to get a lot taken care of because a lot of the stuff is just junk. But if you have children that some of my kids, like 2 of my kids, well, okay, let's say one of my kids is really good at just letting go of stuff she doesn't need. She's extremely practical. My middle child is actually in the middle. He's not as attached to all of his stuff. And he's learned that, which is great because he's an artist. And with art comes a lot of junk. But my youngest, everything is precious. Every little thing. So sometimes you got to help them out a little bit because they're not capable of making the wisest decisions when it comes to stuff. Hence, that's why the corner looked like that. So sometimes you just have to kind of push her in the right direction. Usually I can tell when things are important and when they are not. So yeah, if they're willing to keep them looking like that, then it's not important. And one of the things that I'm learning is to let your child teach you what is important to them. Even if you have a kid that's kind of a hoarder, they'll carry around things. They'll always have something in their purse. Those things are important. The thing that is on top of the bed in the prime location that they always snuggle with, that's important. Some of the other things get pushed to the side, and eventually, after you've noticed it's been under the bed for, a year and a half, that means it's not important anymore. So you can kind of take some liberty as the parent to help them learn to let go of their own things. I don't think we should just force them into it, but we can teach them to. Well, I took a much longer break than I had planned to. It is now the evening sometime, and I'm going to sit down and do another load of laundry. And I am going to speed this up even more. I wish laundry actually did go this quickly. But I am using my second tip here. I am distracting myself with YouTube again. Lucky me, I found another project that I needed to do. This fitted sheet had a hole in it that I needed to mend, and I decided instead of putting it up and waiting for some other time while I was sitting down, I was just going to take care of it right then. All right, it's getting late. It's probably 7:45 now, and this is my sad excuse for sewing, but you know what? It'll last us maybe another season. I'm not quite ready to toss it yet. They're really soft sheets. I really like them. But I am kind of shocked at how much I got done today. The room looks similar to what it already did because it's just so crowded in here with all of the stuff we had that's had to smush its way into here while we're working on our living room and bathrooms upstairs, but it's clearer than it was. Let me turn the camera around. Look, no more laundry. My son needs to come move his sheets and his backpack down there. But this part of the floor is pretty clean. I still have yet to clean off the tabletop, but that's okay. That's a pretty small job. This down here was from the tabletop, so I'll just take care of that. And of course that's the vacuum. The girls were playing a game. These clothes all have holes in them, so I'm going to throw them in the trash. Now that I have done mostly what I can do for the night, it is time for me to use my bonus tip and enlist some help. So this was the stack of papers I saved for my son to go through, and his kids' Bible. But yeah, babe, I need you to go through those. All right, look at my beautiful couch. It's clear again, finally. Let's see here. Did I get done the stuff that was on my list? So I had 3 tasks for today. Put the study books away, yes. Do the laundry in the study, yes. 100 words for my writing. No, I have not done that yet, but I did shoot a video today, so I'll add that to the list. And since it's almost 8 o'clock, I'm just gonna call it a day. That's definitely a lot more than 100 words that I've done. So today was totally a win. What do you think, Isaiah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I hope that was beneficial. Those are my 3 tips for how to get off the couch, basically. So you can do it. And I'm gonna carry you along with me as I not only get off the couch to do the laundry, but also to repair the walls in my house and the ceiling and put in some bathroom vanities and a toilet and all that great stuff too. So please, 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 please subscribe. And we shouldn't beg, but do it. Please subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. So would my family. And y'all have a blessed day. Ciao.